Hello everyone! Welcome to this live stream. I'm actually 4 minutes early because I noticed there were two people waiting and now there's only one person waiting and I'm like, no, don't leave! I'm sorry, there's a train passing by. The door is open right now, the front door. So yeah, I promised to go live today at 3. Sorry, that's my dog. At 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and here I am. I'm just a little bit early because I was afraid people would be. I don't know. I was afraid people would think I wasn't gonna come live. And I'm gonna open my own video so I can see your chats. They do appear on my cell phone though, but they don't stay for long. So, oh dear, the little dog Oliver has just been released. Oh dear. Oops. Okay, that's better. So, Sherlyn Hill C, hello, welcome to this live stream. I'm sorry for the noise in the background. Yeah, that's because all of the dogs being hyper. Good morning, Chris Davis. By the way, you guys, Chris has just started a YouTube channel, and his eagle owl often appears in his channel. He makes beautiful videos, so go. Hey! I apologize. The dog is being extremely annoying. So yeah, Chris Davis makes beautiful videos on YouTube. Make sure to go follow his channel. And we're just kind of waiting until the other people are gonna join us, because I did announce this live stream in advance on Instagram, and also if you're subscribed to my channel and you've hit the notification bell, then you will get notified by YouTube whenever I do a live stream. If I plan it way in advance, like if I plan it a week in advance, then YouTube will send you a notification a week in advance. If I didn't plan it in advance, then you'll just get a notification the moment I get online. Sherlyn asks, how is Loki? Well, I feel like I always tell you guys the same, but that's a good thing. Loki is doing great. She's preening herself. So she's healthy, she's happy, she's being really sweet as usual. And yeah, and I feel like for some reason she's getting along better with backup than she used to, because yesterday or the day before that, no, yesterday, I put her in the kitchen for just a few minutes. I needed to do something, and I let backup in the kitchen, and I ordered backup, which is our German Shepherd dog, by the way, to go sit next to her bench, and she would totally accept it. She was a bit paranoid as usual, but I have a picture of them sitting next to each other. I I'm doubting if I should share it on Instagram, because the quality is not that good, because the photo was taken at night. We went to bed way too late yesterday. So, the quality is not that good, but it is fun to watch. So yeah, Lookie is doing great as usual. Chris says, I just bought a new camera for my YouTube videos. I've only been using my phone for videos up until now, but it's been really fun posting videos, so I'm gonna work harder at it. Well, Chris, that's great. Just one thing, I don't know which camera you bought, but I got a few tips for you. If you want to use a photo camera with which you can also record videos, then make sure it has a screen that can be flipped open, because otherwise you can't see yourself when you're recording. And I know you should always look at the lens, but even then, if your camera doesn't have a screen that you can flip open, then it's going to be really hard to focus on you. So whenever you record a video, you want to try to let the camera focus on you, and you want the background to be blurry. And you also don't want the autofocus to be on, because if autofocus is on, it will constantly like zoom in, and because it's trying to find a focus point, and that's really annoying. So I'm recording this video with my phone right now as well. I have a separate camera, but I've actually noticed that it's way lower quality than just my phone. And I have a Samsung phone. I don't know the type by heart anymore, but it is the cheapest. No, it is one of the cheapest Samsung phones out there. So I don't have an iPhone, it's just Samsung, and it's like, it cost me 150 bucks, I think, tops. And I'm really satisfied with the quality of the pictures and the videos. If the quality of my videos is not so good, then it's more because of the lighting than because of the camera, because this camera takes really good footage in spite of bad lighting even. So that's just, yeah, a tip I want to give you. So don't spend too much money on cameras and equipment in the beginning, you know. I don't know, just start with the basics. Unless you have too much money, then go ahead. Hi Melissa, welcome to this live stream. Sherlyn with your emojis, I love it. Panagiotis Giannakainas, welcome, asks, how old is Lookie? Lookie is 6 years old, and she's gonna become 7 next summer. So yeah. Hi Dominique, welcome. Chris says, thanks, that's great advice. I won't be in the videos though. I'm not pretty enough for YouTube, lol. The owl is much easier to look at. Oh, Chris, you don't have to be beautiful to be on YouTube. Yeah, I know famous YouTubers who aren't, you know, pretty. If you want to label people as pretty or ugly, like, there are YouTubers out there who are super famous because, you know, yeah, they don't look like a Barbie doll. They don't always wear makeup, and like, even if they do, they're not, you know, they're not like you would think a YouTuber should look like. But they offer great content, and it's not about how you look. I know it's tempting to fall into the trap of, oh, if I want to be this or that, I have to have this or that look. But that is what's wrong with society. And to be honest, people just want to connect with you. They don't. I know that, like, I too, I often feel like I should look a certain way. I have an eating disorder, so I'm super sensitive to that stuff. Oliver is getting too close to Lookie because, you know, she's going into defend mode. So I totally understand that you're like, oh, I should look a certain way or else I'm not going to be successful. But people might seem superficial like 99% of the time, but they're actually not. In their core, they actually just want connection, and they want someone they want something recognizable. How do you say that in English? Like, people often don't feel comfortable with other people who seem too successful even. Like, it will be intimidating. So if you wanna, stretching the wing, if you wanna connect with people, it's even better to just look really plain and boring and like a normal person, you know, not like a person who has won the genetic lottery or something. People just want to feel like they're not alone. How cute is she being? People just want to feel like they're not alone in their suffering. They just want to see that there are other people out there who feel miserable sometimes and who don't look perfect all of the time. So please don't hesitate to show yourself on camera. People are not going to click on your videos for your looks. They're going to click on your videos because they love owls. And even if you um, are in the video and they don't like the way you look, they're still going to keep watching. And if they really don't like the way you look, they're going to stop watching, but that would mean that they're superficial, and you don't want them in your life anyway if they are like that, right? You want people who are real and honest and with whom you can connect and who care about you, right? Let's see. Oh, thanks, Dominic. We're just talking about looks, and Dominic says you look pretty. Thanks. Yeah, I've put a bit more effort in my looks for this video. I braided my hair yesterday. I didn't do that on purpose though, but I did put on some eyeliner and a bit of mascara and my necklace. Yeah, but thanks. Melissa also asks, how have you been and how is Loki? I've been struggling still, but I've picked myself up, and yeah, yesterday was really hard, for example, but I picked myself up, and I feel like I'm gonna do better now. Like, I got through the worst part, I hope so. I'm always afraid to promise people that it's gonna be better from now on because I just don't know. But like, I'm okay. Thanks. Chris Davis says, you're so sweet. We need more people like you in this country. Maybe the word you are looking for is relatable. Yeah, relatable. Thank you so much. I actually know the word relatable, but I just couldn't find it anymore. Yeah, people just want to see other people on YouTube who are relatable. If you're not relatable, they'll just click away, you know, because they'll get the feeling that you're too good for them, even if you don't think that of yourself. Melissa asks, Elke, how's studying for your driving going, and how's wedding planning? You're so sweet, Melissa. Well, I've been studying really well, so I have studied all of the theory. I've read my book. Where is my book? I don't know where my book is. Ja, oké. Huh?
Mensen zijn nog.
Zeg. My God. Sorry. I've read my little book. So I finished it, and now I'm doing the exercises on the computer. And when I finish the exercises, I'll go do my exam. And I think you are really creepy when you are watching me like that.
Ik wou je niet storen. Sorry, maar.
Ik heb wel een dubbelkin op deze video.
Hè?
Ik heb wel een dubbelkin op deze.
Je hebt geen dubbelkin.
Jawel, als ik praat en als ik lach. Ja, dat is echt... Oké, sorry.
Ja.
Sorry, guys.
Ik zeg weer tot ziens.
Tot ziens, ik hou van u. Sorry, the boyfriend is going to leave for work. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna do my exam on Monday. So yeah, it's now. When is that? It's now Wednesday, the 6th of February, and Monday it will be the 11th of February. Yay! Yeah, I think I'll be ready by then, and I'm so glad because after that there's gonna be so much more time for other stuff. So yeah, I can set new goals then, you know, and maybe I can do a bit more YouTube again, or I can do a bit more hoop dance again. I feel like switching it up. Oh, Mike Walker says, our prayers for you. I agree with Chris. That's so sweet. Fran Tucker says, so true, Elke. It's who you are on the inside that counts, and across the miles and media, your goodness, caring, and integrity show through loud and clear. Gotta leave for work, but glad I could catch some of the live stream before I had to leave. Best luck on your exam. Oh, thanks, Franny. You're so cute and sweet. Hi, Jokers Harley. I'm so glad you could join us here. Hi, Piotr. Welcome. Oh, Dominique Dunno says that her birthday is on the 17th of February, and that's actually the same date as one of my best friends. What a coincidence. Chris asks, what made you initially decide on a barn owl? Have you ever considered getting another species? Are these restrictions in your country on are there restrictions in your country on what you can own? I would need a different license. Well, what made me decide to get a barn owl is the fact that my mentor recommended a barn owl, first of all, because it's the easiest species to keep as a beginner falconer or a hobbyist falconer, whatever the word is in English. That's the reason. And they are also very soft in character. Like eagle owls, for example, aren't like barn owls at all. A little owl, which is also really small, it's even way smaller than a barn owl, is, you know, you could say it's good for a beginner because it's really small. So if anything happens, you won't get hurt, or at least not as bad as with an eagle owl or a barn owl. But in character, they are really fierce. Like, there's a saying that little owls, even though they're very little, they have the character of a golden eagle, you know, which means that they are very stubborn, very shy towards humans, and very hard to train, you know. They have their own little character. Yeah, they're really stubborn. So yeah, that's why I decided to take a barn owl, because it's the easiest species to begin with. And I have considered getting another species. If I would ever have to buy a new owl, I would consider a rufous-legged owl. They're about the same size as barn owls, and they're also really sweet. I would maybe consider a little owl, because I have enough experience now to make sure the owl doesn't become shy. I would raise it in a way that it would be just as sweet as Lookie. But if you're a beginner, if it's your first owl, I wouldn't do that, because I doubt that you can get it as tame and as sweet as a barn owl. So I would also consider a black barn owl instead of just a regular barn owl. What other species? I think that's... Oh, maybe we also kind of want a raven. But they are... I'm sorry, my nose is very itchy. They are very noisy, and they're very big. It's not... I feel like it's not for beginners, so I would have to do some extra research before I get into that. But that's also something I'm considering. Melissa says, I'm glad you're at least going okay, Elke. I feel bad I couldn't join your last live stream because of time differences, but as I watched the replay, I just want to know you will continue to improve. Yeah, Melissa, I'm trying so hard. It's not easy. I feel like sometimes it's impossible to go through the pain. I need to go straight through the pain, and sometimes it just feels impossible. But I'm just trying as I go, and whenever I fail, I pick myself back up again. And I'm trying not to overthink stuff, because if I do that, then I get completely desperate. If I overthink stuff, then I'll get completely desperate that I will ever recover, and that's not productive, right? So I try not to do that. Roger Davis asks, hi Elke, do you ever play music to Lookie? No, I don't intentionally play music to Lookie. It has happened that I have hoop danced because I do dance with a hula hoop in my living room, but I haven't paid attention to how Lookie reacts to the music. So the little dog is being a bit playful, so that's why I'm distracted sometimes. I'm sorry. Um, yeah, I have been considering to make a separate video about Lookie listening to music. So give this video a thumbs up if you want to see that. Or maybe we could do it in a live stream. Chris Davis says, I would love a barn owl. Yeah, barn owls are really sweet, but if you have an eagle owl, they're not gonna be much of a challenge though. But, you know, they are very loving. Melissa says, it seems like you're on top of things, Elke. Well, I'm glad it seems that way. Yeah, Chris Davis says, eagle owl is awesome, but can be challenging at the same time. That is so true. It can be very challenging to work with an eagle owl, and that's why I always tell people to not get an eagle owl unless they have at least 6 years of falconry experience. And with falconry experience, I don't mean like volunteering at a falconry center or whatever and just observing the falconers. No, no, no. I mean, if you have followed a decent licensed falconry education and you've actually worked with a lot of different owls, big owls as well as small owls. So your falconer, your mentor, will first let you fly with barn owls and maybe a rufous-legged owl, and then he'll teach you how to fly with an eagle owl. But there's a big difference between you flying an eagle owl while your mentor is standing next to you, or you working with an eagle owl when you're all alone. When your mentor is standing next to you, he can say, watch out, or he can immediately correct your attitude. Or if you, for example, let's say you're flying your eagle owl on a leash, on a crayons, if you will, and you accidentally step on the crayons, your mentor can immediately say, watch out, you've stepped on the crayons, or he can push you aside so you automatically step off of the crayons, because those mistakes, oh my god, the dog is being so annoying. Those little mistakes can cost you an eye or even your life, you know. An eagle owl will not take any mistakes of you. It will be, you know, barn owls are very forgiving, but an eagle owl, if you make a mistake, it will land on a different part of your body than just the glove, and it will go horribly wrong. Dominique says she will be 12 the 17th of February. That's awesome. Such a nice age. Chris Davis says, yeah, Chibi. Oh, apparently that's the name of your eagle owl. Can be super dangerous when he is upset and not willing to be handled, but super sweet most of the time. I brought him to work with me every day for the first 3 months. Joker's Harley says, have you tried soul water? I just started it a few days and I feel pretty good. I don't even know what soul water is. Sorry. Oh, Chris needs to go to a business meeting. Okay, bye. Have fun. Melissa says, I agree, overthinking is never good, but you're a strong person and you've already been through so much with your eating disorder, so keep your chin high, and I know you'll kick the disorder in the butt. I will eventually. Hi, Stat2125. Yeah, Lookie and I are great, thanks. Lookie is healthy and happy, and I'm doing okay, you know. Oh, Melissa. Oliver! He's playing with his food, but it's so noisy. So the little beagle, it's a beagle and a Jack Russell, and he's playing with his food and he is doing this with his paw on the floor. It's cute but noisy and distracting. Melissa says, I wish I could have the same motivation as you, Elke, hehe, but I am starting college again on Monday, which I am looking forward to. But Melissa, what do you mean with the same motivation? Do you mean YouTube or something else? Because I feel like you're always motivated. There's nothing wrong with your motivation, I feel. Dominic says, I live in South Africa, so we can't have owls. Yeah, that's unfortunate. If you live in a country where it's illegal, that's really unfortunate if you like owls and if you want one. Mike Walker says, how smart is owl compared to parrots or corvids? Well, Mike, that's a good question, and I actually don't know. I think someone has told me that parrots have the intelligence of a 3-year-old, and I feel like parrots and owls are hard to compare because parrots can act, well, not all parrots, but some parrots can actually speak, and that's because they have vocal cords, but owls don't have vocal cords, so you can't teach them, the same vocals, or I don't know. I feel like owls can't really express how smart they are and parrots can, or maybe that's just because owls aren't as smart as parrots. I don't know. I feel like they're a different kind of smart. Maybe I'm always under the impression that parrots are smarter than owls, but I could be completely wrong. I do know that owls are pretty smart, but I don't know if they're as smart as parrots. Oh, Joker's Harley says soul water helps the adrenal glands and aid in depression. That's awesome. I'm gonna Google it to see how it's called in Dutch, and then I'll buy it. If it's something I can buy, I'll definitely buy it and try it. Bibi's World asks, "Can you speak other languages like German?" Well, I've learned German in school, but I've only had it for 2 years, I think. And then I didn't continue studying it. But I do speak Russian very well. I speak French, and then Dutch, of course, which is my native language. English, and yeah. Oh, I have also studied Chinese, but it's not that good anymore. So I used to speak Chinese though. Oh, Piotr says, I asked how you were. Think you overlooked it. I didn't overlook it, Piotr, but you asked after other people have asked. And I was like, well, he probably got the answer to that question. So sorry if you missed it. Um, but thank you for asking. I'm doing okay. I'm still struggling, but for the moment I'm okay, but it's a roller coaster, so I can't say in advance like how it will evolve. Um, but yeah, I'm trying. Oh, you can make it yourself, the soul water. Joker Harley says that it's basically just Himalayan salt with distilled water. I don't see how that would help for depression then, but I know that sometimes the simple stuff can really do a lot. Hi, Craig. Yeah, Craig, I'm doing okay. I've just answered Piotr's question. Thank you guys for caring so much. I'm doing better for now, and like I can't. It's hard for me. I don't know what's gonna happen every day. I feel like every day is so hard, and it's a roller coaster. Um, but I'm trying really hard. Oh, that's so cool, Joshua. Joshua says that his dream pet is a leopard gecko. Brandon Pywell has an owl too. That's cool. Craig says that parrots are way smarter than owls, in his opinion. Yeah, you might be right. You're probably right. Oh, Heart of Gold, welcome to the live stream. Taha Studio says, my owl bites me a lot, but when I call him, uh, he comes to me and I think that he loves me. Well, Taha Studio, just a few tips. It depends, like, does your owl actually bite you, like, aggressively? Or is it just nibbling? Because if it's nibbling, then it could be preening, uh, which is a sign of affection, or it could be searching for food. Also, please be aware that if you're standing really close to your owl, your owl can't see from up close. It can see, but not very well. So sometimes they might act funny if you're standing really close to them until you touch them and you put them on your hand and lay them against your body. Then they'll be like, oh, it's my mommy or my daddy, um, and they will stop biting you because they realize, oh, it's my owner. If your owl is actually biting you, like not in a good way, then what you can do to teach it to not display this behavior anymore is just gently, but you have to find a balance because let me just explain. You have to take its beak between your thumb and index finger gently, but firmly enough to prevent your owl from shaking its head and then escaping the grip, and then you're gonna gently move your hand like this. Your owl is not going to like it's going to resist you, but you're not gonna let go until you decide to let go. And you're gonna do this every time your owl bites you. And that way you're saying to your owl, hey, I'm not scared of you and I'm not going to accept this behavior. And eventually your owl will stop doing it. Craig says that his parents have an African Grey. Oh, that's great. And do they talk, Craig? Because I don't know which parrots talk and which don't. Melissa says, I just feel like I don't have much motivation, like when it comes to putting my mind to things, like, say, having a hobby, like in the way you do karate or hoop dancing in my spare time. Oh, okay, but I feel like that's okay if you are okay with it. Like, and I think going to college is also putting your mind into things because college is important. You're going to do something with what you learn there someday. So I feel like you are motivated. Maybe college is just too much to also have other hobbies on the side. That could be the case for you, and that's okay. And then maybe if you get out of college, I mean, once you have completed your education, maybe then you can start something new if you would feel like doing so. As long as you're happy, it's a-okay. Yeah, Joker Harley, you are so right. Book smart and street smarts are different but great in intelligence. Yeah, that is so true. Hi, Heart of Gold. She says, I hope you're doing well now. Yeah, I'm doing better. Whoa, you're learning Chinese. Yeah, that is. I think learning Chinese is fun because I've always felt like it's more of a game than studying. You know. Mike Walker says that you don't need a license in the USA to keep an eagle owl since it's not a native species. Oh, I didn't know that. Thanks for the recipe, Joker Harley. I will try it and let you know how it works. But how do you use it? Like, do you put it on your skin or do you drink it? Or no, you can't drink it. You can't drink distilled water. Oh my god, I'm such a clumps. Like, but what do you do with it? Uh, oh, Joshua says that he also has a dog and her name is Jessie. She's a Bouvier retriever. That's so cool. Heart of Gold, her dream pet is a hamster. That's cool. I feel like that's totally attainable. Oh, okay, just add it to a glass of water. Thanks, Joker Harley. Yeah, Mike Walker, living in the present. That's a tough one. Piotr says that he speaks Dutch, English, Danish, Swedish, Russian, Czech, Slovak fluently, and he also understands German. And how is that, Piotr? Like, did you study it or? Yeah, tell us the story. Why? Like, are you just gifted when it comes to languages, or? Heart of Gold. Oh, that's a nice question. Heart of Gold asks, does preening hurt or is it like tickling? Mm, when your owl starts to preen you, it doesn't hurt, but sometimes they can get a little excited, a little too excited. Like Lookie will preen my hair and my skin, but like sometimes she will pull my ear, and then I'll be like, oh my god, like I'll be afraid that she's gonna hurt me. Um, and I guess that's because when owls preen, they just pull their feathers and they don't realize that when they're preening us, they're pulling our skin, you know? And I also am very careful when she's close to my eyes or close to my lip, for example, because she would be able to pull my lip. She has done that in the past. And she doesn't mean aggressively, but it can hurt if she gets a little bit too excited. But like the nibbling doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt initially, unless they get a bit too excited. Oh, Joker Harley, yeah, I also took German in high school. That's how I learned. In Belgium, it's obliged to follow it. Oh, Dominique asks, I know it's late, but how was your New Year's? Yeah, my New Year's was great. I spent it with friends and it was really cozy. We had, how is that called? A bonfire or something? And we had drinks, of course, and we danced, played some games. We also did karaoke. It was super fun. Mike Walker asks, can the eagle owl harm my dogs? Yes, it can. I don't know which breeds you have, but like eagle owls can even hurt really big dogs. Take in mind that eagle owls in the wild even hunt small deer. Like they can pick up a small deer and fly away with it. So, yes, they can and they will hurt your dogs. You can imprint owls on dogs, if you know how to do it, and if you do it, imprinting always happens at a very, very, very young age. So once the owl is adult, it's gonna be really hard to get it used to dogs. I'm not saying it's impossible, but like if you're not extremely experienced, it's probably gonna be impossible. Let's just keep it at that. Um, yes, your eagle owl can harm your dogs. It can kill your dogs, and not just if it's a chihuahua. Like backup could be killed by an eagle owl, especially if the eagle owl would attack him in his face, or of course your dog could also kill your eagle owl. It just depends if your dog surprises the eagle owl or not. But like if the eagle owl sees the dog coming, the eagle owl will probably win because it can fly, it can jump up your dog's back and put its talons in it, and it will just crush your dog's bones basically. Brandon Pywell says that his owl doesn't fly to him at all. Well, I can help you with that if you would like. I do offer webcam coaching, so well, webcam or with your phone, on WhatsApp, or Facebook Messenger. So Craig says that his parents, gray parrots, uh, talks and he never shuts up. I feel like that can be annoying. Oh, Dominique, that's so cool that you can speak Afrikaans. Oh, Craig says that his Bubuk's owl, Suki, was sneezing and scratching her nose a fair bit the other morning. And she also had a bit of a runny nose, but she's okay. But he was concerned at the time. Yeah, I've had that with Lookie too. And you'll learn. You'll definitely learn when when to know if it's serious or not. The first year I had that too. Like, no, maybe, no, like even the first 2 years, I was like that too. Whenever she would sneeze, um, or scratch herself, I would either think, like, oh my god, she has the cold, or she has lice and stuff. Yeah, Melissa, you're totally right. So, Melissa says, I sometimes feel I put too much pressure onto myself, and then I remind myself with college that it's okay to focus just on my studies and not bombard myself with too many other things. That is so true, Melissa. Um, just being in college is enough. Like, you have to study, you have to do exams. It's okay. Don't be too hard on yourself. Um, but I should probably practice what I preach. But yeah, it's easier to tell someone else not to be too hard on herself. Oh, thanks, Mike. Mike says Lookie behaves so well. You have done a great job. Thank you. Oh, sorry, Piotr, I read your comment wrong. You said you didn't speak them, all of them, fluently. Sorry. Melissa says, Elke, I have to ask my famous question. Has Loki eaten yet today? She has. She has eaten one day old chick actually today. Oh, Dominic says he cried on New Year's. Why did you cry? Did something happen? Panagiotis Hianakainas asks, what weight does Loki have? Do you fly with him? Yes, I do fly with Loki, and the weight will vary from day to day. So her flying weight is under 300 grams, and her full weight will be between 300 and 400 grams. If you don't know what flying weight and full weight means, then just go look in my videos because I have a video in which I explain the difference between flying weight and full weight and how to get to the flying weight and the full weight. To be honest with you guys, I find backup way more therapeutic than Lookie. Whenever I'm sad and I pet backup, I feel more endorphins coming free, being released into my brain than I feel with Lookie. And that's not because I love backup more than Lookie. I love Lookie tremendously. It's just something dogs have on humans. I don't know what it is. Um, so for me, I don't feel like if I would struggle mentally and I would spend some time with Loki that I would feel better. But that's also because my battle is so tough. Like I have a serious mental illness. It's not just oh I'm going through a hard time in my life. It's hell, you know. Um, like spending time with Loki in nature, like going for a walk with Loki in a forest, for example, can help me feel better. But if I'm already fighting the urge to binge eat, for example, because I struggle with binge eating sometimes, then it will have no use. I will still binge after that. So, in that sense, I don't find her therapeutic. But on the other hand, it is said that all animals are therapeutic, like horses, dogs, owls as well. Um, I did go for a drink outside in a cafe in summer with Loki, and there was this blind person, and I let him pet Loki, and he was so happy. Like for him, this was a unique experience because blind people don't see, duh, they feel everything, and he was so happy. And I'm sure that for him that was really therapeutic. Even if it just lasted a few hours, for him that was great. So, yeah. Hi, Spammy. Welcome to this live stream. Oh, Mike Walker says, love your live streams. Thanks. That's good to hear. Um, Heart of Gold, I haven't heard of owls having allergies. I've never heard of that, to be honest. I don't think that they can have allergies. You should you should look at it like owls are basically allergic to all products that are chemical. Like don't use a spider spray in your house if you own an owl. Don't wash your owl with anything. It will just preen itself and take an occasional bath in just plain water and it will be fine. So But like real allergies like humans do, no, never heard of it. And I think it's just because in nature, owls aren't allergic either. Allergies are something that occurs more in humans because we expose ourselves to stuff or we don't expose ourselves enough. Like, for example, people who are too clean, who live too clean, and by that I mean like who clean their house every day, who take showers 2 times a day, they can develop allergies because of that. They're just too clean. But owls, no, they don't have allergies. Yeah, Melissa, Lookie is quite full for today. Well, she might start to screech this evening for food. Hi, Irisovka. Welcome to this live stream. Um, Irisovka asks, why does Lookie close? Sorry for the noise. Why does Lookie close her eyes when she is eating somewhere for a period of time? Oh, when she is seating somewhere for a period of time. Well, owls are just like that. Um, I've talked about this before. A lot of people who don't know anything about falconry or owls will be like, oh, that's animal abuse because the owl is tied up to a perch. That is so sad. It can't fly off and it should be able to fly freely in nature, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And the thing is, um, in nature, owls just sit in trees and hide from natural predators, and they will only hunt and fly when they are hungry or when they have offspring they need to feed. Other than that, they will just fly from branch to branch occasionally and they'll just try to rest as much as possible. Why? Well, they will try to preserve their energy for when they need to hunt or for when a natural predator is threatening them so that they have enough energy to flee, you know? So that is why Loki will just sit there and do nothing. If I let her loose in the living room, for example, she'll just fly for oh, a minute tops, not even a minute, and then she'll sit above the window or on the top of a door and she'll just stay there until I take her off, you know. So I hope that answers your question. Joker's Harley says that her cats helps her with her depression. I didn't know that you were struggling with depression actually, Joker's Harley. You seem like such a cheerful person, but I know that happens a lot. Most people used to think I was the happiest kid out there, the happiest person out there, also as an adult. Nobody knew that I was struggling until I totally collapsed mentally and told them. Yes, Brandon, I do have an Instagram. It is, I will type it for you. It is oops, at milk. That's my Instagram. Ah, Joker's Harley's cat, called Sid, will not leave her side while she's going through a depression or stressed out. That is so sweet. He will lay over her heart and purr loudly. The frequency of a cat's purr is therapeutic. Aw, that is, I didn't know that, actually. Oh no, I think I do know why that is. Someone told me once that cats purr because when they have like offspring or when they're laying on each other, they purr to let the other cat know that um, there's nothing dangerous gonna happen or something. Like if the other one moves, the other cat won't be startled because they're purring, so it's really reassuring, if that makes sense. Ah, Joker Charlie saved the cat. Well, I guess that's just karma then, that your cat helps you with your depression. Like you saved him. Oh, that's such a beautiful story. Taha Studio asks, my barn owl sleeps all day and messes up my room all night. How do I make him to sleep at night? Uh, well, from what you're saying, I noticed that you're leaving your owl loose in the room at night, and that's not a good idea. You should either keep it in an aviary outside where it can fly freely in the aviary, or you should tie it to a perch like I do with my owl. Because, yeah, if you give your owl the choice to fly around at night, yeah, it might mess up your room. Although I don't think if I would let Lookie free at night that she would be super active. So, because like I said, they try to preserve their energy. So make sure your owl is fed enough. And yeah, keep it in an aviary or on a perch, and you can set it free from time to time, in your room. But don't do it at night. That's just asking for it. Also, the fact that you leave your owl to fly around all alone in the room when you sleep there, it's gonna make your owl dominant over you, and it's gonna create behavioral problems after a while. So don't do that. Yeah, Joker Charlie. Joker Charlie says, it fascinates me how owls are such great parents. And that is so true. Owls are such great parents. They think of everything. Did you know that owls will not even breed if the circumstances are not 100% perfect? Like if there is a scarcity of mice that particular year, owls will not breed. If if the weather is too cold or too hot, the owls will not breed. Like if there are too many trees, too little trees, I don't know. It's weird. It's nature at its best, because it's also really smart. Why would you make the effort to breed and reproduce if then all of your offspring is gonna die because there's not enough prey for you to hunt and feed to your offspring, right? I feel like nature is so smart. Roger Davis says, Elke, strenuous exercises and proper nutrition is the solution to mental health problems. I do agree to that on a certain level, but I do strenuous exercise. I exercise every day and I eat very healthy. Well, not when I binge, obviously, but that's part of my mental problem. Um, but it's not all. I mean, that is not all of it. Eating disorders are a consequence of trauma, and they are coping mechanisms. So, but I do agree on that. Melissa says, Lookie loves her one-day-old chicks, and Elke, I like how we are always helpful here in this fandom or community, I should say, where we all like to motivate each other. Yeah, that is the beauty of YouTube, I feel. Yeah, I like that too. Aw. Oh, Mike Walker, that is so sweet. Mike says, your channel has lots of potential to grow here in the USA. You are so bright and talented. Oh, I feel like that is so sweet. I feel like it's a bit overrated though. I don't feel like I'm super bright, but of course, my ego is always happy to hear that. Oh, Craig says, I find my bubuk owl Suki is so much more chilled out than my barn owl Buzz was. Buzz was so inquisitive of everything, but Suki isn't interested at all. Yeah, well, that can be because it's a different species, or because every owl has is different in character. Like just like humans are different in character, owls have different characters and personalities. Maybe personality is the word I'm looking for. Just like people can have different personalities, owls have that too. Like some barn owls are bitchier than other barn owls. So that's, yeah. Oh, thanks for following me, Brandon, on Instagram. That's really nice. Oh, oh, Joker's Harley. I, how did I miss that? Joker's Harley says I have a lot of mental issues. I suffer from borderline personality disorder, bipolar, and CTPSD and anxiety. So, oh, and she also has chronic pain. I'm so sorry to hear that. That's a lot to deal with. How on earth are you so sweet and helpful and considerate? And I'm kind of blown away. Like, borderline is heavy stuff. Bipolar? Heavy stuff. And then CTPSD, well, I have that too, so I know how you feel. And anxiety, I have that as well. And I'm not borderline, but I do have some small borderline traits because, well, because of my past. I will not go too far into detail. But yeah, I know what borderline personality is. I'm not diagnosed with it. Like my psychiatrist told me I don't have that, but I know what it is. And bipolar, oh my god, that's not fun. How do you cope with that? Oh, Piotr says that karma is negative, but can't karma also be good? Good karma? No, Piotr, this time you're wrong. Karma can also be good. Isn't there like good karma? Isn't that even an expression? It's good karma? I feel like good karma exists. Oh my god, Joker's Harley, you have overcome addiction? I am so in awe of what you have done. I mean, how did you do that? Please tell me. I because an eating disorder is also an addiction in a way, and if you have overcome addiction, then you're probably going to recognize what I'm going to ask you right now. You know that pain you feel when you need your addiction, when you need your coping mechanism, because your addiction is your coping mechanism, right? What do you do? How can you get through the pain and not give in to your addiction when you're triggered? I feel like it's impossible. It's just too painful, and I always give in because my brain is just wired that way now. Like the neurological pathways to, oh, pain, I feel pain, I will binge right now. It's just way too strong um, to ignore. And I know that you can uh, well, unbuild that neurological pathway by not giving in. And the more you don't give in to your urges, the stronger that neurological pathway, that new neurological pathway gets. But how do you get to the point of not giving in to your urges the first time? Like, I just cannot deal with the anxiety. Yeah. Heart of Gold, you are saying what I was thinking. I didn't see it, but I was thinking it. Heart of Gold says humans need to learn from owls not to breed when you can't raise a child properly. Taha Studio says, but I want my owl with me every time, and thanks a lot for your help. You can have your owl with you in your room when you sleep, but just make sure it's tied up to a perch. You do whatever you want, but I'm gonna say honestly, it's gonna go wrong if you don't do it. But you do whatever you want. Yeah, and you're welcome. Oh, Craig says, Elke, look on my Facebook page at the drawing of me and Buzz. It's awesome. Oh, I will. Just a second. Um, yeah, that sentence, Joker Charlie. It's been a long, hard road out of hell. I can totally relate with that. Oh, Heart of Gold, you're so sweet. She says, I wish support to everyone out there with health and mental problems. Oh, and Joker Charlie also gives the advice, I just remind myself how far I have come and how much better I feel. Oh, I will not start doing cannabis. That's one thing I will not do. The CBD oil, it doesn't get you high, so but I have tried that already and it didn't do anything for me. Yeah, Melissa says it's why I love these live streams because we are always helping each other whenever someone else has any issues or problems in their life. Joker Harley says it takes 6 to 12 minutes for the brain to rewire itself without the substance or addiction. Yikes, that's a long time. Oh. And she also says, I had a great support system as well, which helped a lot. I didn't like it at the time, but I see now why it was done. Yeah, oh my god, I can read through your comments how much you've suffered. You're such a badass, Joker Charlie. I just want to say that, like, I'm not in a position to say, oh, I'm so proud of you, because I feel like you're on the next level. You're like here, and I'm like way here, you know? But still, I want to say I'm so proud of you. You're a warrior, you know that? You're so brave. And I just want to say that you should not ever should you feel ashamed because you have been an addict. Well, they say that, excuse me, they say that you always stay an addict, which I think is true, but like don't blame yourself. It's because you have been through a lot. It just was your coping mechanism, and I'm so proud of you that you were able to overcome it, and I'm sure you have inspired a lot of people. Oh my god. And Joker Charlie says, needless to say, the last 8 years have been horrible. We had a major accident happen to our son, which was devastating. He is okay now. Oh my god. Oh my god. Her son was brutally attacked by a neighborhood dog. It scalped him. It was a nightmare. This was in 2016. He's made a full recovery. Wow. Life is tough, you guys. Why did that happen to you? That should never happen to you. I'm so glad he has made a full recovery. And why was the dog loose? Well, I also let backup loose when we walk in certain forests, but I know that my dog would never bite another person because he's well raised, you know. I'm so glad your son has made a full recovery. Hi, Melody the Fox. Welcome to this live stream. Ah, heart's back. Is that a hug emoji or a waving emoji? Anyways, hug back. Oh, my neck is so painful. It's not painful, it's just whenever I sit behind the computer for too long, it starts to feel weird. But, anyways, we've been on for more than an hour, guys. So, I'm gonna leave you. I'm so sorry. Oh, Piotr has to leave as well. I have to go, but I want to thank everyone in this live stream. Um, yeah, I want to thank everyone in this live stream for joining us. And I will see you guys in the next live stream, which I will try to plan in advance. And Lookie says bye as well. Hi and bye. And yeah, thank you, Joker Charlie, for sharing your story and your tips because it really helps. And also, Joker Charlie says there's pictures of his recovery on my Facebook. I will go check them out. Um, I hope it's not too gruesome because I don't want to see your son in pain, but still. Um, oh, it happens at the neighbor's friend's house? And it came out of nowhere? And what happened to the dog then? Like, did he need to be put down? Was. Oh, it's a hug. Hug back. Yeah, what happened to the dog? And why did it bite your son? Why? I'm just waiting for that answer still. Oh, Melissa, Lookie is not especially tired, but she's just lazy, as always, and relaxed. It's a good sign, actually. Okay, I'm gonna leave you guys now. I'm sure Joker Charlie will um, tell us what happened to the dog later. Um, Maybe my live stream is a bit behind, and she hasn't heard my question, or maybe she has left already, which is possible. Um, yeah, I love you too, Mike, and everyone else. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next live stream. Mwah. Have a great day and take good care of yourselves. You deserve you deserve to be happy. Okay. Bye guys. How do I end this?